Firefighter Danny Sir was the first firefighter killed that day, as far as I know. To this moment, it's first firefighter killed. He and other firefighters were right at the base of the World Trade Center. They were walking around the parking lot. There was some firefighters, looked like they were going to put out some fires in the parking lot there, which was on Liberty and West Street. Suddenly something dropped from the building and landed on him. I didn't know till later that it was a body. It was the first time it really affected me to see a firefighter killed. I started to cry. It was a really rough moment, and I started to notice things on the ground. There were pieces of luggage. There were body parts all over the place. Most specifically, one was a hand, and I felt it represented all the people on the plane. It was an anonymous hand. It was something that didn't identify someone as anything other than human. This photo, for me, always was the photo that reflected the horror of the day. She's looking at the towers, and she's making her way out of there, but she turns around for a moment to look. And it's just that look of horror that so many people had that day. The next photo represents the search that we were going through, crawling over debris. It was dangerous. It was really dangerous. There was a lot of sharp, jagged pieces. It was just a helpless feeling. There was nothing you can do. They couldn't do anything. They needed heavy equipment to remove anything. They can sift around, but there was nobody to be found in there. It's funny because some of the guys that were there never saw the stuff on the ground. They were transfixed on what was going on above. I guess everyone focuses on something different. I never saw the building collapsing. Actually, I never photographed it, because if I had stood there and photographed it, I'd be dead today. I didn't have more than 7 to 8 seconds to run. You know, photographers tend to feel like they're indestructible. And that day, they weren't. Some of the toughest guys took a hard fall. A very hard fall. The people the rescuers, the cops, the firefighters, I'm part of them in some way. I've always been that. That's what I do. I'm their historian. I document what they do, and I make sure people remember it. If we don't remember it, we'll repeat it. And that's the whole idea here, is to make sure we do not repeat the mistakes that have led up to this, so that A, we're cities protected, and B, we make it so repugnant, even to our enemies, to do something like this. To just kill indiscriminately. And the lessons of history need to be taught. They need to be taught to us, to our children, and even to our enemies. So they understand that this is not a way to fight. This is something other than war.